Hey guys, welcome to another sketchbook tour. We've been wanting to film this for a couple of months now, but we just haven't done it yet. I finished this sketchbook in June and I started it in March, so I worked over it a couple of months. It was actually quite a struggle because I didn't like the paper that I was using, but I solved it by obviously gluing a lot of other papers in it, and I am quite happy with the result. If you see some fur sticking out here, that's just my dog that wants to be, he wants to get scratches and he decided that he needs to lay right here. So maybe he will be on the camera sometimes. Look, here is his little ear. And Tom is here with me.
I'm here with you. And with you also, as in the people watching.
Let's just get right into this. Okay, let me just,
What's that?
Okay, so the first page I got here a couple of stickers. I think all of these stickers are from Stakiwi Colors. This is a sticker that I got with my big kitty plush that I bought a little while ago. And then these two are from Anna Draw Stuff. And I got the autograph of Ethan Becker that I got on Playgrounds. This is just something I glued in later. And so it looks like I started on January, but actually I started on March.
Definitely recommend the large kitty plushies, apparently from mostcutest.eu. The kitty has been slowly overtaking my spot in the bed, so if you would also slowly like to push your significant other from the bed, consider buying one of their cute plushies.
Doko, can I?
Hey, Doc.
It's okay. And here I glued in the art department folder from when we went. And here I started drawing some cute doggos, as I do a lot in this sketchbook. So we adopted this one here like 4 months ago. So my life in this period where I was making this sketchbook had been a little taken over by dogs. And also still has been a little taken over by dogs. I hope you can still see my sketchbook. I practiced dogs a lot in this sketchbook. Here I was doing some stylization studies, so I used pictures on... actually this is on YouTube. This is Camille Talks on YouTube. She was wearing these dresses that she bought, and I was trying to draw her once like normal and then draw her also stylized. Actually, I think they're both stylized. They're not even drawn normal. And this is also based on a picture on Pinterest, I think. And here were some drawings that I didn't like at all. So I taped over them and then I glued in this piece that I had drawn at work.
I actually really like the dog peeking out from behind the censorship.
Yeah, I didn't want to cover it completely, so I just found a different way to like show that I still remember what was under there.
Yeah, and you have a little piece sticking out over there, maybe a little ear or some floof over there.
Yeah, I think they were all drawn in this style. I still want to practice stylizing dogs. I don't quite know how I want to draw dogs yet, but yeah, it's a constant struggle. Here are some more floofy creatures with wings here. I was doodling these while I was at Comic-Con, I believe. And I wanted to make stickers out of them, but I never did. I do quite like this dog that is like cooking something in the pot. He's probably making like chicken stew or something.
Some nice broth.
Yeah. Here we have some more stuff. I remember that I didn't like the first few pages in this sketchbook and that I covered up a lot. This one I actually turned into a sticker, which I believe I have right behind me. Let me, yeah.
We'll get an unboxing as well.
Yeah. I made some stickers. I actually still wanted to film like how I get them out. But this one I turned into a sticker. And I think it turned out quite nice. One of the digital stickers that I made. I don't like this one, but yeah, I'm... Doko! Yeah, that's where you want to be, right?
That's the spot, right? Doggo, that's it. You belong there.
It was fine while I was like sitting here alone, but then Tom joined me and Doggo had to run over to get like a lot of cuddles. Here I was like doodling some houses for the comic that I want to make. I think actually these look quite good.
So any particular inspiration you use for these houses?
I think I just pulled up Pinterest and looked at like 50 pictures at the same time and tried to get little pieces of each. I remember here that I really wanted to work like not with the perspective grid and just in all directions, and I actually think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I really like this tower. It's nice. These were some warm-ups drawings. I think I did a YouTube video on this. If I did, I will leave a little card in the corner right here that you can check out. And then these were drawings that I did for the Dungeon and Dragon one-shot that I was writing. And here we have some more drawings for that, and then one of the villains in the campaign, one of the creatures. NPCs they encountered, and they could fight or could not fight. They decided to fight. Here we have some drawings to practice for the comic, practicing drawing Bjorn and drawing Mackie. I think the dimensions of these two switched a lot. Like, Bjorn has become a lot smaller and Mackie has become a lot bigger.
Compared to what they are in these?
Compared to what they are now. Like, I think Mackie now comes like to here of where Bjorn is. So it's funny to see how that changed. Here is some... This is definitely inspired on a picture of Pinterest. And then I think these bottles are just random doodles. Here's some more of the Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And this is some random stuff. I remember that I didn't like this page, and then I added these little doodles in between, and now I like it a little bit better. Doggo, can I turn the page? Alright, more Doggo drawings. And this is okay, I can cut everything out where Doggo is like rolling around. He's also knocking over the camera quite a bit.
Such a noodle.
This is fine. Some more stylization practice of the little doggos.
So far you haven't really painted on any of these pages,
No.
right? I've seen you use markers and you've maybe put in a page or two which you painted. But I haven't seen you use any paint in this sketchbook. Was the paper just not suited for it?
Yeah, the paper was definitely not suited for it. There is some paint later on, but it's all used very scarcely, like maybe one layer. I really like this page. I think this turned out great. Here I glued in some sketches that I did in other sketchbooks, which I've done a lot in this sketchbook, because then again I didn't like the paper. It was actually only good for pen drawing. Whenever I used pen drawing, it was really nice to work with. These were when we went to playgrounds. I drew some people in the train. This is also someone that I drew that was standing in the train. I think this one turned out quite nice. Overall, I think these are pretty nice. I think. Yeah. This was when we went to a tea ceremony in Amsterdam, which was really nice. And then this was the tea that we got during the ceremony, which is a Sakura Sencha tea, which is amazing. This is by far my favorite tea. We haven't been able to buy it because it's been out of stock for a little bit. We bought a different Sakura, which is not at all like a Sencha. But yeah, this one is good. This was fun. Would go there again.
Features me this drawing, which makes it weird to look at.
I'm not really good at drawing him. I just draw him weirdly. There's a couple of more drawings of Tom in the sketchbook. Yeah, this is a page I don't like. We were at the food festival track in Rotterdam, and the lines were so long, so I was just standing in line drawing other people standing in line.
We stood in line for 50 minutes to get some fries, and
the best fries of my life.
It was worth it. They were delicious. It was incredible. I definitely understand why the line was there. They were worth it.
Yeah. Here I started drawing some houses. This is fine, I guess. I don't remember drawing Bjorn playing the flute. Toot toot.
Oh, is that the sound the flute makes?
Yeah, he's probably not very good.
Why wouldn't he be?
I don't know. Maybe he's just very. He has his own style, you know. I think this might be my favorite page in the sketchbook. I really like this page. So here you can see me using some paint, but it's actually not in the sketchbook. It's on watercolor paper that I glued in. I really like how this turned out. You can see that the colors just turn out a lot better when you use watercolor paper and the textures and stuff. Then on this paper it's just not as pretty. But I still really like this one. I think this is a great stylization. This is sticky. This might... Nah, I don't think this is sticky. This is like the Tom's parents' dog, which always lays in the basket like upside down. Oh, I like this page. I think I also did this page on YouTube, maybe even during a live stream. I will leave a card if that's true. I don't know actually.
Otherwise we cut this out. Never happened.
I quite often glued in some colored paper, which I think makes the sketchbook really interesting.
I really like this great background. It definitely gives a vibe to all these characters, like you're looking at them in a dark alley or something.
Yeah, I also really like how the white gel pen looks here.
Yeah, you didn't want to do it with other characters? I think...
I feel like it would have been too busy, and now you can just...
I guess that makes sense. Kind of looks like a movie poster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this might be my least favorite page of the sketchbook. You can also see I didn't really fill it up as I normally would. I do think this is nice. I think this is horrible. I have a lot of these, like these small pages glued in, because I was drawing a lot at my work. And I would take the sketchbook home and then glue it in. These are when I went to Urban Sketching Eindhoven, which was a national sketch day. Here I drew the ice cream car, which was really colorful, and a lot of people drew it. And here I drew some construction work. I really like that I glued like first the gray paper in and then watercolor paper piece. This was actually another sketchbook. I don't like the paper in that sketchbook too, but it works fine for watercolor. Let me just put this back in frame a little bit. Here I started the 50-50 challenge. This is actually not part of the challenge yet, but this was the day before. These are some dogs in shelters, because we were looking a lot at dogs in shelters. And like unfortunately a lot of the dogs that like they looked very cute and they sounded like we could give them a home, but most of them of course needed gardens, and we don't have a garden. Luckily Doggo here doesn't need a garden.
He just needs to be bedded about 8 hours a day.
Yeah, and it's really sad. You see all these dogs and they're all in the shelter and you just want to give them all a home. But you cannot give them all a home. It's kind of a bittersweet experience. Like you're happy that you're searching for a dog, but you're sad that all these dogs are in the shelter. This was the first day, so what I did was I did a study, mostly in ballpoint pen with a little bit of watercolor, or in ballpoint pen with some marker. And then I drew it again without looking at the photograph, and I tried to stylize it. So that's what I did. So this would be the study and this would be my own stylization. I still think this one is pretty cute. And I tried to experiment a lot with it. I did have a lot of fun with this challenge. I streamed a lot of it actually on YouTube. Now I look back at it, I think I could have been even more creative. I could have done a lot differently. I really like when I started doing like these little rectangular pieces. I think those look great. This one is really cute. I'm actually still debating if I want to turn this into a sticker. This looks more like a rabbit than a dog.
Some dogs look more like rabbits than dogs. I also think like with these challenges, it's very hard when you make 50 drawings of dogs to be even more creative or keep coming up with creative ideas. I think the purpose of these challenges should be to practice and get some feeling for drawing something like dogs, different breeds of dogs, without having to do a study first, and just kind of be loose about it and have it be inside of your skill set. So I don't think you should be too focused on being very creative in these challenges. What do you think about that?
Well, I do think that I made this challenge to become more creative. Like that's for me. So there is a very famous challenge which is called the 100 heads challenge, and the idea is to draw 100 heads in 10 days. Oh, by the way, I did this challenge in 15 days instead of in 10. But and the idea is to really practice getting better in drawing heads. But for me, I didn't want to just get better in drawing dogs. I wanted to get better in stylizing how I draw dogs. And just doing stylization didn't work out for me because they all looked weird. So I wanted to do studies first and then do stylization later. By the way, I did this all in Procreate. And I printed them out and glued them in later. Don't go. I quite like these ballpoint sketches just with a layer of gouache behind them. I think it looks quite nice. Here I was definitely running out of steam. You can see I didn't even try to experiment a lot anymore with the stylization. I just...
I like the way you filled the page though with the leaf-like scraps.
I did these also in Procreate and printed them out and glued them in. And then this was like the last page, maybe, I think. And then I wanted to film the very last page so I could put it on YouTube, and that's why I was like not doing it for 10 days. So I was actually 10 days late with the challenge, but I was practically finished. It was a very good idea to do this on the ground. And we have some paws here. Doggo is trying very hard to be cute. Here I did some hand studies, which I put down the paint first and then drew on top of it later. And then this was in Locals, which is a coffee place here in Tilburg. I was drawing and I drew the place. This is also Urban Sketchers in Eindhoven. So I actually worked on some random pages in this sketchbook while I was there. This was the first one I did. I absolutely didn't like how it turned out. But looking at it now, I think it's fine. It's fine. This was also Urban Sketchers Eindhoven. I was sitting in a cafe. I was working with this black pen. And then while I was working with it, it ran out. So I changed to another pen and I sorta finished the drawing.
Yeah, I was wondering in what medium you used to make this, because it looks kind of weird.
Yeah, this is like a brush pen, and then here it's running out, and then here I switched to a fine liner.
Yeah, like the table kind of looks like charcoal or something. That's this weird effect.
Yeah, because
the table in the bottom left. Yeah. I guess the bottom right also.
Because it's running out, it gets a very dry brushing effect. Here I really like this one, and I didn't want to fill it up because I didn't want to overcrowd I didn't want to make the page too busy, so I just left it like this. And then here I had some doodles from the day, and then I just wrote down, there are no rules for your sketchbook, please make it into whatever you want it to be. Let your creative self loose and play around, make new things no one will expect. I bet you'll be amazing, which is just something random.
That you came up with?
Yeah, it's just something random. I think I wrote it for a video that I filmed, like me writing this. And I had something to say about it.
Do you stand by these statements now that
Yes.
we're 6 months in the future?
Yes, I still stand by this statement. Just do whatever you want in your sketchbook. This was in Buurtvrij, which is another coffee place in Tilburg. And this was in Amsterdam. So this was at the Big Apple, where we ate some nachos and you were working on Dungeons and Dragons. And I was drawing, of course, because I made this. And I think this turned out pretty okay. It's like not colorful or something, but I think it's really interesting to look at.
I don't recall this at all. Are you sure I was there?
Yeah, this is you.
Yeah, sure, you drew me.
We ate nachos. I had what's it called? Cocktail version white something with coffee. You had something with whipped cream, obviously. An Irish coffee, I think, because I drew it. See if they were.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Here I was doing some sketchbook planning, where I was sketching the layouts that I could use to make my sketchbook look more interesting, and I don't think I used it at all. Here, I just purely made this for a video which was called 5 ways to draw more in your sketchbook, and then this was another way to make it interesting for yourself, I guess. And then these are pages that I did in another sketchbook that I didn't want to continue in, so I took them out of that sketchbook and cut them out, put them into this one. I think this page looks pretty cool. Here I drew my desk. I glued in like some random swatch sheets, and then these are some sketches that I did in Leiden while I was at a sketch meeting in Leiden. And I don't think this pink one looks looks good. I think it looks like you cannot see what's happening. I do think that this is pretty interesting. Here I was practicing some more environments, which I did quite a lot in the sketchbook actually. I do think that's really good. I need to practice drawing more backgrounds, drawing more environments, and I do think that I accomplished that.
So for the one a couple pages back that you did in during the urban sketches, you made a little thumbnail in the top left.
Did I skip this page?
Maybe, probably.
I don't think we saw this page. I drew this in the train, and I did this in Leiden, and I really like this page, so it would be a shame to skip it.
Yeah, it's the next one.
Oh, this one.
No, it's not the next one. Well, it's somewhere around here.
Here.
Yeah, you made a little thumbnail on the top left before you made the
Yeah.
completed
I also
scenery.
did it here.
Exactly, but I've only seen you do it here, and as you mentioned, you drew a lot of sceneries or backgrounds in this sketchbook, but I've only seen you draw the thumbnail at least on the same page twice.
Yeah, for like all the ones that I did based on pictures, I didn't drew the thumbnail because I just drew whatever was on the picture, and whenever I have something in front of me, like I'm drawing from life, I don't want to draw everything that I see, so I need to like focus it down, and then I draw a couple of thumbnails to try and see what I want to draw from everything that I can see. If that makes sense. Oh, this is a little comic that I drew, and then you have us and Doggo walking, and then here's the other guy, and he's like, "Oh my god, friend!" And Doggo is like, "What? Oh my god, did you see? He almost killed me." Yes,
Doggo is a scared little doggy.
yeah. And here I did another one, like based on the picture. I don't like it. There was very little effort put into this. It's okay. I liked the idea of this table, but I didn't like how I drew it here, so I did it again, but stylized. And I think it's pretty cute here. This is more drawing in Leiden. I worked a lot with gouache while I was there, so I think those little paintings turned out very nice. Here it says... Oh, actually it says testing my new tempura paints. So I used tempura, I didn't use gouache. Which is quite similar medium. But tempura is made with egg white, I think. Here, this is Tom. And this is Doggo. I think this is like, what does it say? Doggo has been with us for 11 days. He's learning to trust us. And here it was Tom cuddling on the couch with Doggo. Early morning sketches. This was based on a picture on Pinterest, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure here I was starting to get really tired of this sketchbook and I just wanted to get it done. So I just did all kinds of swatches of my watercolors and then I drew some cars on top of it.
I never see you draw cars.
I was sitting next to you while I drew this. We were sitting here on the gallery. These are cars that were in front of us, in front of our house.
It's our view from our apartment.
This was for another YouTube video, which again I will leave a little card, where I was trying to, instead of filling up the entire page, I had some sort of composition. I remember being really proud of it. I still kind of like the drawings, and now I look at it, I don't really like the composition that much. So yeah, I don't know. Need to practice that more. This is Tom. Don't think you've ever seen this drawing. And then Doggo, and these are all Doggo. Obviously we just had Doggo and I was drawing him a lot, especially the big stretch. Maybe I'll turn this into a sticker, this is kind of cute.
What's the scenery on top? It's your work, right?
Yeah, it's my work.
It's your view from work.
It was my view from work because the place that I worked in closed down. Here, for the last few pages I remember just putting down some paint and drawing on top of it to make like some interesting pages or something. Don't know if I really like it. Yeah, here I'm just tired. I just want to get this sketchbook done. That's it for the last few pages in the sketchbook. It's just like me putting down paint and I'm like, okay.
It definitely feels like something I was supposed to study in high school during art class. Like this is some kind of movement. This too.
Yeah, this is just like there's one little doodle here, but and then this is the last page of the sketchbook. This was while we were in Den Bosch. We were sitting next to the water. I had already put down this paint and then I wanted to draw on top of here. And then for the last few pages it's just like writing for YouTube videos and stuff. So this is the last page in my sketchbook. And I think I really gonna put it like this so I won't squish Doggo's nose. I think I really improved in the sketchbook. I did a lot of drawing from life. I did a lot of drawing on location, which I really wanted to practice. I barely did any character drawing. Like there are a few drawings of Bjorn, but I didn't really develop my character drawing, which is something I'm doing in my current sketchbook a lot. Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
So we're gonna see some nice characters in your next sketchbook tour?
Yeah, definitely. And I am again working in a sketchbook that I don't really like the paper of. It's actually quite similar to this paper in this sketchbook. So I will also be like scrapbooking and putting a lot of other papers in it again. And I want to try and finish it. I'm gonna say this now. I want to try and finish it within 2 months. I'm not gonna finish it within 1 month. I looked at that. I need to draw 5 pages every day if I want to finish it in a month. That's kind of insane. But I think I can do 2 to 3 pages every day.
Which means you'll be done about the end of November. So we'll probably record the sketchbook tour somewhere in 2023, given
in
that
March
we
or
are
something.
lazy bums.
Yeah. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'm happy Doggo joined us and decided to behave like in the last half of the video. And I'm also happy that you guys decided to join us. And I hope that that you guys will check us out again in the next video. And I'll see you there. Bye bye!